Konnichiwa, y'all, and welcome to that 10 at 10 show. Put on a daily show here, guys. Today is for April 25th, 2024. Guys, we got some great trees on the table for you today.
Starting up today, we got Acer Japonicum Takinogawa. And this is a full moon maple with good size foliage, some good fall color. What's not to love about our Acer Japonicums? Go check out our Acer Japonicum podcast we did recently. We talked a little bit about the history behind Acer Japonicum. And guys, it's one of the coolest maples that's out there.
Great sizes on these right now. These are actually fresh in from the Buckholz farm. Takinogawa reminds me a little bit of some of the ones I saw in the wild of Japan. That's one of the reasons I love it, though. I like that rounded leaf to it. I like the crispness of it. Great fall colors. Typically bold reds to oranges on this one in the fall. Absolutely shows out. Sometimes you get some yellow going on at the same time in there. Absolutely love Takinogawa in the fall. Not a quality we talk about, but it often has kind of a reddish bark to it as well for Acer Japonicum. Absolutely love Takinogawa. Grab you one today. Guys, these are some excellent size 1 gallons.
So today on the website, we're actually listing 20 trees on the website. Check out the full email for the full listing of 20 that are listed today. We're talking about 10 on the table today.
There's another 10 secret trees. You must check that email first. Guys, but wait, we're wearing some merch. Check out the new merch. This was our t-shirt contest winner. This was one of our runner-ups. Tim, flip it around. We've got the Ghost Series on the back. It's like t-shirt band style. We got the tour date, says the Ghost Series on the Buckholz tee. We've got these in black and in this blue. When we saw this one, we had to put it on tie-dye. This was one of the t-shirt contest winners. It just looked good on a light blue tie-dye. Speaking of tie-dye, we got Lilians Jewel on the table today.
Man, if it ain't one of the most tie-dye Japanese maples, I don't know what is. It is red with pink and white all across it. This tree, it has a funky, upright, semi-pendulous shape. It is an awesome tree out there in the garden.
Smells good to me. I mean, I got kids. If something's smelling spunky, we normally need to change it out. This one's one you're going to want to leave in the garden, y'all. Lilians Jewel brings it. It's one of the all-time greatest variegated Japanese maples. If there's a list of variegated Japanese maples, if Lilians Jewel ain't at the top of that, it'd be hard to believe. This is one of the very best pink on dark red variegations you'll ever see. It's very stable. It's very durable. I love this multi-stem tree. Zones 5 through 9. Give it shade in zone 9 for sure. I've seen this doing exceptional in zone 8 conditions, in a lot of sun. I've seen it growing in Simpsonville, South Carolina, and Columbia, South Carolina, even in Kentucky in a good bit of sunlight. I think you're going to enjoy what Lilians Jewel brings to the table.
Now, if you see some people selling this as Lilians Jewel, no it ain't. If you see them sold as extravaganza, no it ain't. This is Lilians Jewel. That's the original name, named after Jonathan Savlich's daughter, Lilian. We like people who actually name the tree to get credit for it. I mean, by doing that, he's getting credit for it by naming it after his daughter.
Hey, I got a daughter. Don't change the name of the tree, right? What if I named one Carolina? I'd be like, dadgummit, that's not extravaganza. All right, off my soapbox. Grab you a Lilians Jewel today. Love this plant, guys. You're going to love it too. One thing you can guarantee when you pick one of these up from MrMaple, you're going to get a nicely variegated tree. We're in leaf right now. We're only going to ship you one that shows exquisite, perfect variegation. You're going to love the way these look in your garden.
Next up, we've got Acer Pomatum Kurenai Jishi, the red lion Japanese maple.
Awesome little tree here, guys. This one's great for a container. It's great for a patio planter. It's great for a small area garden. I think it's one of the perfect Japanese maples for conifer gardeners to put in their conifer display beds because that small stature really lends itself well, but also that bright red color really pairs so nicely with evergreens. I think you're going to love this one. I have a nice size one right next to a Shishigashira, so I can have the red lion and the lion's head there, kind of battling it out. Absolutely love the way this one looks. I think you're going to enjoy red lion. If you don't already have this one from MrMaple, it's a great time to pick one up.
I mean, take this tree, pair it with a golden falls. You're going to have contrasting shape and contrasting color. Kurenai Jishi just has this stoic appearance. It's upright. It demands the attention with the curling foliage that gets the lion's head name from. Named by our good friend Masayoshi Yano, who recently passed away. He wrote the book that's in Japan that's on Japanese maples, Book for Maples. I mean, this is an amazing tree that it's special in its own right. It commands attention, and it will sell out fast today, so make sure you check out fast because our website doesn't hold it for you until you complete that checkout process.
It's stoic and ruggedly handsome. Grab one today. That's what my wife says about me too. She's like, you remind me of Kurenai Jishi. Not the small round part, but the stoically handsome part. All right, guys, we've got emerald lace on the table today. One of the most heat tolerant and one of the most vigorous lace leaves you'll see.
Yeah, I love what this tree can do. It's very vigorous. It's closely related to cereus in some respect, but it's completely different habit. That wide-spreading habit, that weeping habit, it goes to a good red fall color. Man, this is a cool Japanese maple to add to the garden. It has a very fine texture to it too, so it's very distinguishable from a Verdis or a emerald lace. And with that red fall color, it's extremely distinguishable.
What I love about this one is how wide it gets. I mean, it can get pretty wide. This one's fun, guys. It takes off in the landscape, and if you stake this one up, you can get some height, but otherwise it's just gonna get very, very wide. This one was on a lot of people's list for the most heat-tolerant lace leaves. It does well in Texas. Does well zones 5 through 9. It really pushes that upper zone 8 for sun. Now, if you're giving this one some shade, you'll see where the emerald comes in. Just like cereus means blue-green dragons, emerald lace is aptly named because you can get some more emeraldy blue-green shades if you're getting this one in some shade. The older growth develops that darker emerald green type color. If you're putting in a lot of sun, you're still going to be seeing a lot of that chartreuse yellow. Excellent bold red fall color on this one too. So you're going to get the best of both worlds. You're going to have a green lace leaf for most of the season that then goes to a bold red in the fall. People are going to be surprised when they see your tree in the fall and then come back in the spring and they're like, that can't be the same tree.
Now, this tree was found by David Sabo in Charlotte, North Carolina, and introduced by Jonathan Savalich's grandfather, Del Laux. So it was introduced to the same nursery that introduced Lilians Jewel we just talked about a minute ago. And this is a beautiful tree that's made it worldwide. It's very famous and easy to grow.
Remember, this one gets wide worldwide, guys. You're going to love it. All right, we're bringing back the beast of spring, y'all. Everybody loves this one. In the spring, we've got Okami Gumo. That name means floating clouds. This one is an exceptional variegated plant. We have a whole video on the best way to create a good variegated Okami Gumo. Spoiler alert, leafing them out slowly. Now, how do you do that? Good shade canopies, not a lot of nitrogen in their fertilizers. That's the best way to get good color on this one. They do tend to green up just a little bit for us in the greenhouses.
Now, if it leaves out all green, don't worry. It's still one of the best fall color Japanese maples. You get yellows infused with oranges in the fall, and it's one of the most consistent fall colors. Beautiful tree, whether it's white or not, but in the years it's white, it adds an extra something else in the garden.
You're gonna love this one. Zones 5 through 9. Again, late day shade. You want this one in a dense canopy as you can get. I have this one next to one of my parents' rental homes. It's in a high oak canopy, and I get exquisite color on it very consistently. That spring color is very consistent because we're leafing the tree out slowly in a cool location with a lot of shade going on. Again, it performs very well under those conditions. You can give it early morning sun, but you definitely want to give this one late day shade in most areas. You can give out full sun maybe in the Pacific Northwest, but you will green your tree up quicker in the summer. Oh my goodness, y'all. These are going to fly off the shelves. Guys, this one, highly sought after. This one's probably one of my all-time favorite variegated plants. Maybe number one for me for variegated plants. Shout out to Chris Adler. He sent me some of his awesome artwork. I'm about to say exquisite again. I'm not saying exquisite again, dang it. He sent me some of his awesome artwork, and it was of Acer Pomatum Firefly.
Yeah, it's a photo that Chris took of Firefly, and Chris
he takes like pictures of like poison dart frogs, like Costa Rica.
He sent me a portrait of a poison dart frog. So I mean, he's got an amazing photographer, and then he's doing it of a Japanese maple. Those prints are exquisite, dare I say.
They're exquisite. Guys, Firefly is extra exquisite. You're going to love this plant. It's a chance to get it in more gardens. I love seeing this one on Facebook. The photos are always awesome. It's always changing. There's so much color going on with Acer Pomatum Firefly. I think you're going to absolutely love what this one does in landscape. Now, it's a more narrow grower as well. So this one is not going to be as wide as me in the Ghost series. Getting out in the landscape tends to be a little bit more upright and ovate in its habit. So a lot of those branches are kind of arched upward, giving it a more narrow stature in the landscape than something like Purple Ghost or Amber Ghost.
I think what commands the attention of Firefly a lot of times with the flushes of new growth is that you'll often have a vibrant purple border around the edges of it. And with the interior being that reticulation, it's just eye-catching. And then you see the fall color on this being so bold and beautiful. This is a strong, upright tree out in the landscape that is going to just rock it out.
Some people say it's brave and bold as well. I love this plant, guys. It is Generally, one of my favorite plants. I think you're going to absolutely love it. I didn't know any other soap operas. I was going to go General Hospital. That's all I could come up with from Mom back in the day. You guys are going to love this one in the landscape. It is awesome, and I can't say enough nice things about Firefly. If you haven't seen this one before, go to Mr. Maple Friends group on Facebook. Just stick in Firefly. You will be shocked and awed at how many different looks this tree can have. It brings it every single week with something new and exciting in the landscape. Grab you a Firefly. Last night I grabbed the kids. I said, we got to get back out on the mule, get down to the nursery, check out this North Carolina sunset. They're not quite flying age, but when they're ready, maybe we'll take them over to the Buckholz farm, show them an Oregon sunset. We're bringing out Acer Pomatum Oregon sunset back on the 10 at 10, guys. It's a fan favorite for that shape. This one's got a crazy shape to it that I think is like more of a natural bonsai type aesthetic. I love how unique this one is in the landscape.
I know when we were going through Texas, I saw an Oregon sunset down there, and the shape of them are just unreal.
That was a Texas sunset.
Yeah, but you down there in the Oregon sunset down there, it just has this really nice multi-stemmed spreading habit that's upright, and there's not another Japanese maple that's quite like it on its shape. It's something to put out there for a completely different habit that's going to give you a different texture with unique foliage as well.
Yeah, this one kind of grows out and up in an arching habit. You know, as it gets into that 6 to 8 foot range, it really looks super cool. Very Matsumura style foliage too, so it's heavily divided leaves. Really fun fall color. I mean, it's a great spring tree. You get pink reds, you get dark maroons. If they're in more shade, you'll get kind of maroon and green. Now, the fall color, guys, is probably really where it gets the Oregon sunset name. I've seen this be electric orange infused with red. Just really shows out in the fall, and that structure just makes the perfect palette for all that color.
I think I fell in love with this tree at the J.C. Rouston Arboretum when I started seeing specimens of this tree. Once you see a specimen of this tree, like at NJ Acer's in New Jersey, you realize you need this in your landscape. Don't miss out on Oregon sunset today.
Grab you one of these. They look great in a big patio planter also. Every time I see this, I think, come on, Eileen. But we'll say we've got Acer Pomatum and Irene. Guys, this would make a really nice pairing with that Lilians Jewel we just had up here.
Yeah, I mean, this tree has a really nice upright shape, fairly narrow overall, but in the springtime, you get a yellow with an orange border when you give it some sunlight. That sort of unique Dr. Seuss-like variegation on this yellow foliage is an orange when it first leaves out in sunlight. It's a rock star that can really just brighten up any space.
You're going to love this one. It's been exceptionally heat tolerant for us, guys. You know, Summer Gold is one of those trees that does great in sunlight. This one also does really well in some sunlight. Bold reds infused with some pink on the border in the fall color, guys. You can actually see the variegation in this plant in the fall color. I love that. It's a nice mid-sized tree, similar to Summer Gold, 6 to 8 foot, even in like 10 to 15 years. Really nice overall habit. I think this one pairs so well with so many of the variegated plants. Put this next to Geisha Gone Wild or Lilians Jewel. You're going to be amazed at that color contrast.
The ruffled edge gives unique texture as well. It's gold and it's variegated. So y'all who love the yellow, like doing the yellow dance, awesome plant. If you're sucking for variegation, you get that too. I mean, it's a win-win in all directions.
What do we got last but not least here?
Oh my goodness.
Guys, we got an icebreaker, but not a backbreaker or a bank breaker. This is a good price on these tie-graft icebreakers. Guys, we're listing these at $250. These are from our Buckholz farm. They are on a standard, which is a really unique way to be growing this. Check this out. This is where the pot starts. This is the graft up here. Excellent size icebreakers. We had these on before and they sold out. These are going to work zones 4 through 7. Grab one now before our next open house. They do tend to sell out quickly in person.
Yeah, we actually sold out of them so fast that we said, bring some more from the Buckholz farm. So that way more people can get these trees, because this is such a cool way to grow an icebreaker. Often an icebreaker, you think of a plant real low to the ground. You get this thing up on a standard and you can really appreciate it, get a little bit closer.
It tends to like the airflow too.
It loves the airflow, so it's a great way to sort of add that additional just airflow underneath it. But the way the needles recurve on Icebreaker, I mean, it was found as a cultivar on Hortsman's Silverlock, and Cohoot's Icebreaker just twists and curls in such a unique way that you really see all that extra white on an evergreen.
Hey, if you got a lovely gardener in your neighborhood and you're looking to break the ice, if she's like fine or he's really good looking, you're like, hey, I want to go be talking to them. Like that neighbor, I see him out gardening. Bring this baby over and go, hey, look, I just wanted to break the ice with you. This is my intro. Take the price tag off, or you can stun on them a little bit and be like, I did spend $250. It's not flowers. I'm breaking the ice in style here. This one is 2x2, even in 10 years. So these are some big sizes already, guys. And I think you're going to absolutely love Icebreaker. It is an exceptional plant and rarely seen for sale mail order at this size.
Now, guys, we've got an open house coming up on Memorial Day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Will there be any good maples here?
Nope, none. No, there's going to be tons of Japanese maples. There's going to be B&B Japanese maples, 1 gallon Japanese maples, 10 gallon Japanese maples, some maples in between, and thousands of varieties. You're going to want to be here. You never know what you'll find.
There's going to be some awesome stuff, y'all. We will really try to outdo ourselves. There's going to be a fun time, some big surprises to announce soon. I think you guys should be checking our Facebook group, Mr. Maple Friends, for updates. We'll also be posting on our website as we have future updates about that. We're going to be open all day that day, basically 9 to 5. And I think you're going to want to get out here, see what's going on, what's new at Mr. Maple. It's our biggest open house of the year, typically, attendance-wise. A lot of fun to meet the other maple collectors in attendance. There's a lot of fellowship. There's a lot of great times. And I think you guys are going to enjoy all the good plants as well.
What about Dude Who Stole My Tree? Is the game show coming back?
It might be a different variation of Dude Who Stole My Tree. That's like Dude Who Stole My Car. It was actually Don't Steal My Tree, Bro.
Oh.
That was the name of the game. Dude, where's my car? Is what you're doing.
Oh.
Dude, where's my tree? We don't want to play that game. That's a whole different game. All right. We had a game show that will be airing soon if it hadn't already, and it was Don't Steal My Tree, Bro. And it was a lot of fun. I think all the participants went home with some great plants and hopefully some good laughs.
Well, thank you all for watching. Make sure to shop today at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All these trees get listed at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every week we have somebody comment at 9 a.m. and they say,
They're not on the website.
they're not on the website. Well, guys, 10 a.m., they get listed Eastern Standard Time.
Every single Tuesday and Thursday.
So take care
God bless you.
and have a great day.